Hello, YouTube viewers. This is Collector513. This is part 2 of my horror collection video. I finished the first shelf, as you can see over here. I finished showing movies on that one of horror movies. Now I'm going to start on this one. These are all mostly other type of films, from comedy to drama to all that. All that is on the top. But on the bottom down here, I have my horror films leading into this shelf over here. This whole shelf is full of horror. Whole shelf. So, let's get started. Now, these movies, I used Google. I used Rotten Tomatoes, IDMB, Internet Data Movie Base, and Wikipedia to tell me, because it's a tricky shelf. It's tricky. I have a lot of thrillers, as you can see. I may show you guys my thrillers added on to the horror, because some of them are very close to horror. Very close. There are some apps that say these movies are horror movies, but they're not. Some science fiction movies are horror movies, and some say they're not. So I don't know, guys. You help me out with that. Tell me, what do you think? Let's get started. I don't want to talk too much. First movie is Addams. Oh my God, Addams Family Values. The first one is supposed to be before this one. There it is. Addams Family. Casper is more of a a family horror. It's not a horror. I wouldn't consider it. It does deal with a ghost. You know, if you've seen Casper in real life, you'd be scared. Casper meets Wendy. He is a ghost, so he is being shown in this collection. I did used to have Casper cartoons, but I don't know what happened to those. Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters 2. Gothica. I have this with my Holly Berry movies. My Holly Berry movies are right there, so that's why Gothica is on this shelf. Okay, now I'm hitting my... These are horror movies that are within the thrillers. You know what? Blessed Child. I don't know if I should show you guys the thrillers. Godsend. Trying to think. Stigmata. Infidels. Okay. I have The Ninth Gate. Beyond Redemption. Black Dahlia. Twisted. Butterfly Effect. Shutter Island. The Watcher. Killing Season. Killer Joe. Joe Identity. Hunted Eye for an Eye. Don't Say a Word. Disturbia, Devil's Pond, and Domestic Disturbance. Best Laid Plans. All three of the Cruel Intentions movies. Wicker Park. Wild Things 1, 2, and 3. Basic Instinct 1 and 2, and The Paperboy. Those are my thrillers. The Order with Heath Ledger. The Craft. Stir of Echoes. The Sixth Sense. The Village. Fear. The Roommate. The Silence of the Lambs. Hannibal. Red Dragon. Hannibal Rising. Anaconda. Now these are going into my animal horror movies. All of my animal horror movies. Anacondas. That's the second movie to the Anaconda. Alright, now here my other have Donnie Darko as Darko. The Good Son. Swim Fan. Single White Female 1 and 2. Obsessed. Fear. And I think that's The Ninth Gate. Okay. As I said, I'm now starting my animal horror movies. Bats. Blood Monkey. Curse of the Komodo. Hood Rat. Think that's the only horror I see played in. Infested. A lot of low budget horror movies down here. Lake Placid 1. This is going to be for all of you Lake Placid collectors. Lake Placid 2. Lake Placid 3. Lake Placid, the final chapter. That's a lie. This isn't the final chapter. You know why that's not the final chapter? Because they came out with this after. Lake Placid versus Anaconda. Yeah, that's why I said Lake Placid collectors will like this. Then this one, Lake Placid Legacy. Yeah. Man's Best Friend. Man, this is a classic. I remember watching this movie as a kid. Man, that dog scared the crap out of me. I thought all dogs that look like that were deadly. Red Water. As I said, these are all my animal horror movies. I don't consider this a horror movie, but I do have The Edge. It's about a bear. So I don't consider it a horror, though. The Fly. The Fly 2. The Rats, Venomous. Now we're done with the animal horror. We are now going into the science fiction horror movies. As you can see, these are my science fiction films. I thought Starship Troopers would be horror, but because they deal with the creatures, these deadly alien creatures, and they're pretty scary. But they're not. I thought Signs would be a horror, science fiction horror, but it's not. So, let's go ahead and share the Alien. Aliens. Alien 3, my favorite one out of all of them. It's my favorite one. Alien Resurrection. Alien versus Predator. Alien versus Predator Requiem. Predator. Very first one. Predator 2. Slow cover. I think this is really cool slow cover. I like that. Predators. Rainbow slow cover. Like I said, I usually look for slow covers. I like slow covers. This is a horror movie. It doesn't seem like it, but it is. I looked it up 4 different resources, and they all said that this is horror. All of them list this as a horror movie. Ghosts of Mars. Hollow Man. Just gonna, yeah. This is Hollow Man 2. Mimic 3 film set. It says Mimic 1, Mimic 2, Mimic 3. Species. Sorry guys, Species 1. I have those out of order. And then here's Species 2. Alright, let's move to the next show. We are done with this show. I'm only going to do half of this shelf. There are 8 rows on this shelf. I'm only going to do 4. We have Species 3. Species 4. The Faculty. Amityville Horror. Amityville 2 Possession. Amityville 3 The Demon. I had to make sure these I was looking at. Amityville 4 The Evil Escapes. This Amityville here was never released on VHS. Amityville Curse. Or it was never released on DVD. Only on VHS. Amityville It's About Time. Amityville A New Generation. Amityville Dollhouse. Amityville Horror. Amityville Death House. Amityville Haunting. Amityville Asylum. Amityville Theater. And Amityvilles are over. Boogeyman. Boogeyman 2. Boogeyman 3. Candyman. Candyman 2, or Farewell to the Flesh. This is Candyman 2 because this is Candyman 3, Day of the Dead. Child's Play. Child's Play 2. Child's Play 3. The Bride of Chucky. The Seed of Chucky. Cube 1. I do need Cube 2. Or wait a minute, I do have it. I was thinking of another. Also, thinking of something else. Cube 2 Hypercube. I think I was thinking of. Feast. Feast 2. Feast 3. Now mine for Friday 13th movies. Friday 13th. Excuse me if I get a little tongue twisted. Friday the 13th Part 2. Friday the 13th Part 3. 3D. And yes, I do have 3D glasses in there. Friday 13th, the final chapter. One particular case. But it's not doing anything. Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning. Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. Again, lenticular case, nothing, it does nothing. Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Jason Goes to Hell. Jason X. Wasn't a fan of this. Sorry, guys. Was not a fan. Jason versus Freddy. Friday the 13th, Killer Cut. The remake. Or the reboot. Or whatever you want to call it. Alright. Final Destination. Final Destination. Final Destination 2. Love the rainbow effect. Final Destination 3. I did upgrade a lot of these movies on Blu-ray. I have a lot of them on 4K Blu-ray. The Final Destination. Alright, time from Dusk Till Dawn. These are in alphabetical order, by the way. This whole shelf is. But yeah, it's in alphabetical order for the main. These are the main juggernaut genres. You know, so I put all those on the top. And I'll explain as I get through the shelf how I have these divided. From Dusk Till Dawn. From Dusk Till Dawn 2. Texas Blood Money. From Dusk Till Dawn 3. The Hangman's Daughter. And all my Nightmare on Elm Streets are next. Nightmare on Elm Street. I love these snap cases. I go for original things. Like when I go for the first print. I always go for the first print. Nightmare on Elm Street 2. Freddy's Revenge. Sorry, I gotta move the case up a little close because of the glare. So that's why I'm moving the case up closer. Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master. A Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child. Freddy's Dead. He is the final nightmare. No, it's not. It's not the final nightmare because this is after that. Wes Craven's New Nightmare. I was not a fan of this at all. On Nightmare on Elm Street. Okay. Now I'm going to show you guys my Halloween films on DVD. Halloween. It's my favorite horror franchise of all time. This is my number one. I do plan to actually buy this entire set on VHS. I do plan. Halloween 2. Halloween 3. Halloween 4. Halloween 5. The Revenge of Michael Myers. Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. H2O. Halloween Resurrection. Halloween Unrated, the director's cut. This is a Rob Zombie film. And this is a sequel to the Rob Zombie film, Halloween 2, Family is Forever. I would want to be part of his family. Now I'm getting into my Hellraiser films. Hellraiser. I am missing one of these, I think. Hellraiser, Hellbound Hellraiser 2. Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth. Hellraiser Bloodline. I gotta hold the cases down because of this glare. Hellraiser Inferno. Yeah, I'm holding them down. Downward. Doesn't look like it, but I am. Hellraiser Hellseeker. Hellraiser Deader. Told you guys I got a lot of freaking horror movies. I wasn't lying about that. It's my favorite. Hellraiser Hellworld. It's my favorite genre. I have a whole shelf and a lot more on other, I have a lot. Hellraiser Revelations. I didn't really want to do this video because it was like there's going to be too many movies to go through. Alright, now these are my Howling films. All the Howling films. The Howling. I am missing one on VHS because it was called New Moon. It was the only one it was only released on VHS. There's no DVD release, and it is very expensive because it's out of print. So it's kind of hard for me to get. The Howling 2. Your sister is a werewolf. Is she? Man, that sucks. Howling 3. I am not saying that word. I think the marsupials. Howling 4. The Original Nightmare. Howling 5 and 6. The Beast Returns. Alright, I know what you did last summer. I heard they're remaking this. That's what I heard. I don't think it's going to be as good as the original. Nothing's as good as the original. I still know what you did last summer. You do? Really? You really do? Alright. I'll always know what you did last summer. Okay. Jeepers Creepers time. There's only 2 Jeepers Creepers films I have. There's 3 of them out, but I only have 2 of them. Jeepers Creepers. First one. At the time this came out, it scared the crap out of me because I didn't know what he was. Jeepers Creepers 2. I love this one. This one was really good. Alright, time for the Grudge films. The Grudge universe. The Grudge. Like I said, I have all my well-known movies on the top. And I'll explain later how I got the other ones. The Grudge 2. Slow cover. The Grudge 3. Ju-on. Ju-on 2. There are quite a few of these movies out that I want to get my hands on. I'm gonna get my hands on those. Alright, now Leprechaun. Leprechaun, the first one. Jennifer Aniston's fine self. Man, she fine. Leprechaun 2. Leprechaun 3. Leprechaun 4. In Space. Leprechaun in the Hood. Oh, I made a mistake. Ice-T did not only play in Hood Rat, he played in this too. I said that. I thought that was the only horror film Ice-T played in. I apologize, I lied about that. I didn't know. I forgot he played in Leprechaun in the Hood. Leprechaun Back to the Hood. Oh, come on. Alright. Time for Night of the Demons. Who remembers these? Night of the Demons. Night of the Demons 2. This thing petrified me when I saw this. As a child, it traumatized me. It traumatized me. Night of the Demons 3. Alright. Now for Maniac Cop. Who remembers Maniac Cop? Maniac Cop 2. Maniac Cop 3. Alright, now we're ready for the Paranormal Activity films. This is embarrassing. I only have 2 of them because I have the rest of them all on Blu-ray. I have the entire series on Blu-ray. I stopped buying them when they came out on DVD. I really, was buying them at that time on DVD and I stopped. Paranormal Activity 1. Paranormal Activity 2. Yeah, stop buying them on DVD. Alright, time for Phantasm. Phantasm. Phantasm 2. Phantasm 3. Lord of the Dead. One of these are really hard to get. Phantasm 4. Oblivion. I think it was this one, if I'm not. It was either this or 3. One of them were really expensive. Phantasm Ravager. Alright, ready for Pumpkinhead. Pumpkinhead. Pumpkinhead 2. Blood Wings. Pumpkinhead Ashes to Ashes. Alright. And the last Pumpkinhead movie. Pumpkinhead 4. Blood Feud. Alright. Ready for my prom night movies. Alright. This is original prom night. With Jamie Lee Curtis. It's Prom Night 1. Oops. Prom Night 2. Alright. I have Prom Night 3 over here, and 4. Prom Night 3 and 4 on double feature. I have it on display. Alright, and here's the Prom Night remake. Slipcover. Alright. Now it's time for Pulse. Pulse. Oh my goodness, excuse me guys. Pulse 1 right here, I got them backwards. I gotta redo this. I hate when I don't know how my movies get like this. I have no idea. Pulse 2. Alright, let me fix this right now. There we go. Pulse 3. I don't know why my movies get like that. I don't know. Puppet Master. It's a 9 movie collection. Has 9 films on here. Puppet Master 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now I do have all of these on Blu-ray as well. I have all these on Blu-ray. I will show off that collection too. I'm in the process of watching those actually, because my son has never seen them, so I'm watching them with him, getting him on Puppet Master, The Reanimator, and this is a box set. Well, not a box set, but I guess it is a box set. It does come with the syringe, as you can see. Yep. Bride of the Reanimator. Beyond Reanimator. Alright, now I showed you all in the first video the Ringu films. I do have the Japanese versions of The Ring. These are the American versions of The Ring. I tried to watch these with my son, but he wasn't too enthused. He didn't really like them too much. Ring 2. I love the Rainbow Cage of that. Oh my god, it's amazing. I love it. Rings. Yep, I have all the Ring films. Alright, time for Silent Night, Deadly Night. Silent Night, Deadly Night. This is a 2-disc set of both films, as you can see. And this here is a 3-film set of Silent Night, Deadly Night. Slow cover, as you can see. And those are the 3 films that are on this set. For anybody who is into those films and wants to collect them. Evil Dead. Now it's time for Evil Dead movies. I do have the new one on a 4K, which I will show you guys in a later video. Yeah, the Evil Dead. I have a huge poster of this in my room on my door. I love Evil Dead. Evil Dead 2. And Evil Dead Army of Darkness. It's not called Evil Dead, it's Army of Darkness. Alright, now time for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre films. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Okay, this is... I'm having trouble getting that back in there, so I'm going to sit that there so I can give myself some finger space. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. There we go. Much easier. Those are real tight. Leatherface, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. I think I have every last one of these. I got some on Blu-ray, you'll see. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Next Generation. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Wait a minute. See if I can. Never mind. We're not going to try to open that. It's a chainsaw. It is really cool. The whole case is a chainsaw. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre at the beginning. That's a slip cover. You can actually feel his face. Alright, we're done with those. Now time for Urban Legend. Who remembers this? Urban Legend. They got a lot of horror films that a lot of people forgot about. You know, 2000s one-hitter quitter ones. Urban Legend's Final Cut. Urban Legend's Bloody Mary. Warlock. Who remembers Warlock? I do need Warlock 3. Warlock the Armageddon. Yeah, I remember those. And it's time for Wishmaster. This has Wishmaster 1, Wishmaster 2. Who remembers him? Wishmaster 3. Beyond the Gates of Hell. Wishmaster, The Prophecy Fulfilled. "28 Days Later." I have a poster of this in my room. Love it. 28 Weeks Later. Okay, these are my zombie movies. These are all zombie movies. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, I'm still okay. Yep. Apocalypse of the Dead. These are zombie films. Dawn of the Dead. The remake. I do not. I need the original. I need the original. And Day of the Dead. This opens up and really, it's a really cool case. But I'm not able to do that with one hand. Day of the Dead 2, Contagion. Contagium. What in the world? This was out of whack. Land of the Dead. This is a sequel to Dawn of the Dead remake. And I have it out of order. So I'm going to put that back in the order. There we go. Boom. Alright. Diary of the Dead. As I said, these are all zombie movies. Night of the Living Dead. Let's see. Yep, this is the 60s version. Quarantine. Not zombies, but there were zombie-like crazy psychos. Quarantine 2. Terminal. Record. Which I'm doing now. And let's see. My phone battery is dying. It is, because I've been doing this for a while. Resident Evil. So I'm just going to end this video after my Resident Evil, after these. And then I'll pick back up my other half of the shelf and start my other shows in my back room on my next video. I have a lot more horror to show. Resident Evil Apocalypse. You get to see all my Blu-rays. You get to see all those. Resident Evil Extinction with the slow cover. Actually, guys, I'm sorry to bring this back out. I already showed you. But this movie right here was my very, 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 very first DVD I've ever received in my entire life. This is my first horror movie I've ever received in my entire life. I had to hide this from my mom because it was rated R and I was underage at the time. It just came out in '02. So yeah, wow. Wow. Was the first movie I've ever gotten. First movie I've ever had. First one. Resident Evil Afterlife. I have all these on Blu-ray. So don't say, "Oh, you're missing this." Yeah, I have a lot of these on Blu-ray. Resident Evil Degeneration. With a slow cover. Like I said, this is only half of this shelf. I'll do the other half in another video. Shaun of the Dead. Alright, here we go. This is the ending of this. My phone battery is low. I have to admit, phone battery is low. I will do the other. I did all these. Showed you all these. So tomorrow, next time I will do these. Charge my phone and go to bed tonight. It's getting late. It's going 11 o'clock. I have to get up for work tomorrow. We'll be back and share with you all the rest of my horror collection. I have my box sets up here. I'm going to show you all those as well. There's my Halloween box set, a Resident Evil box set. Yeah, I have a lot of aliens. So yeah, wow. I definitely will be more than happy to share with you all the rest of my horror collection. Thank you all for being wonderful viewers. This is almost an hour-long video. Thank you all so much for viewing. Thank you. And I love you all. Thank you. Love my viewers. I love you all. I appreciate it so much. Y'all have a blessed one. Collector 513 out.